What's up, Freak Nation? Welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience. This week we've got for you freaky deakies out there a very special guest, Tobias Lars, who claims he can speak to animals. I have that right? Speak to
Yes,
animals?
you're right. Hare Krishna. It's very great to be here. Thank you for having me on your show.
Yes. Let's go back to the beginning. You and I met on the set of a movie I worked on
Right.
called Zookeeper. Kevin James, who's a fantastic MMA
Just
fighter.
fantastic. Yeah, he does fight in real life.
Yeah, it was a vehicle for him. You know, Sandler was in it, Favreau was in it, and I was of course in it.
Lots of big stars in that
and you
one.
were a consultant on the movie because you could speak, or so you claimed.
I can speak to animals.
Right. So when did this start? When did you?
It was, okay, so I was a young lad. I think I was around 5 years old, and I was at the Toronto Zoo, and a panda bear walked up to the glass at its enclosure, and it started speaking to me.
Wow, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
There's so much we don't know about the world. But let's go back to the movie. What did you think of it as a representation of your life story?
Well, see, I thought it was kind of offensive. I'll be honest. 'Cause,
oh, wow.
You know, films like Dr. Dolittle and Dolittle and Dr. Dolittle again when they did it with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Those are a lot more in line with my experience.
Yeah. Wow.
In this film
Wow, man. Yeah.
in this film they say that there's a rule that the animals have to follow where they can't speak to everyone. But it's more of a Dolittle situation where you have to have the sense, the sixth sense.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Actually, speaking of Zookeeper, I saw these two little these kids. They have this podcast on the Spirit Live website. You're familiar, of
the
course.
greatest website in history. I'm on there all day, every day.
Of course. Yeah, so I think they just put out an episode on Zookeeper, actually, the Sandler Files.
Jamie, can you pull that up? I want to listen to what these guys have to say about my performance.
Let's have a look at that.
Oh, you married? Okay, sure.
Was Uncle paying Vanilla Ice this whole time?
Like that, little man? You want a piece of me?
This is me. This is how I win.
What's going on, YouTube Nation?
You want to start it like that?
Yeah. Welcome back to the Sandler Files.
Woo! It's the season finale.
Thank you for coming on this journey with us.
Also, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's final season. We're both tired.
It's not the final season.
No, it's finals season.
Finals?
Like I have an essay due
Oh,
tomorrow.
yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's
okay,
finals.
yeah. I
Like,
forgot about
remember
that.
how we're students?
We're scholars.
What did you just say?
Scholars.
Did you? Is that on purpose or is that another word that
scholars
you
from
don't know?
Southern Ontario.
Okay, you were okay. I thought you had. I unlocked a new Max word that you don't know how to pronounce.
I played it off as a bit, and now he won't make fun of me for it. Let's go into what
did we watch this week?
We watched The Zookeeper.
Oh,
with
boy.
Sorry, it's just Zookeeper, not The Zookeeper.
Oh boy, what a movie.
Kevin James is in there.
Yeah, I didn't know much about this movie, or really at all. I remember the trailers coming out when I was like 10,
Yeah.
but I never watched it.
See, I still don't know if I watched this when I was a kid, because I know I watched We Bought a Zoo, and I remembered parts of this movie, but maybe I saw it in YouTube clips or on TV or something. I figured I would remember after watching this if I had seen it, but that's just not the case.
So you think, like, it's still in like a Schrodinger's situation
Exactly.
where you could have and you might not have.
Yeah, the Schrodinger's Zookeeper.
Well, you've definitely seen it now, and we have a record of that
Yes.
that we're creating right here.
I'm so happy to get it down in slate, as they say.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy this movie personally.
Yeah.
There were parts of it I really liked.
Same here. It's the romance plot again. Always just gets so lame and boring.
But they did it for like 40 minutes in this
know.
one. Like there was
I
40
know.
minutes of straight just Happy Madison romance plot.
So let's talk about the cast. I guess that's the best part of this
You
movie.
want to go through the cast?
Sure.
Do you know it all?
I'll give it my best. So Kevin
Okay.
James, lead character, plays
He plays the zookeeper.
Keeper. We got Ken Jeong from Community.
Plays Venom.
Venom. Is that his name?
Yeah.
I missed that. That's funny. Mark Wahlberg's brother also.
Donnie Wahlberg.
Also works as
Saw 2 star Donnie Wahlberg makes an appearance.
He was in Saw 2?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a good movie.
Yeah, so I mean that's the main cast. I didn't know
Rosario Dawson.
I didn't
as
know
Kate.
who that was.
She's a really good actress. She was in like Daredevil on Netflix. And like,
Okay.
She's been in a bunch of good stuff.
Sorry, I don't watch bad shows.
She pops up in a lot of places. I'm gonna run right past what Max just said because it's actually sacrilegious. Yeah, I don't know. That was good. But I think the real
The
highlight
stars,
of
yeah.
the movie comes in the animal voice actors.
Yes.
How many of those do you remember?
Okay,
Maximus?
so we got Sylvester Stallone playing a lion.
Yep.
Cher playing the lioness.
Yep.
We got Adam Sandler as the monkey.
Donald the monkey.
Donald the monkey. Jon Favreau as a bear.
Yeah.
Uh,
Those were the big ones for me.
Yeah, I
Nick
don't-
Nolte was the main gorilla.
I'm sure every character was played by like somebody. Like,
Yeah, Maya
relevant.
Rudolph was a giraffe. Like they're all
Right.
They're all big names, and it's like, wow.
I can't believe they
How
got
did
them
this
in the
happen?
studio.
Yeah, I'm glad it made it more entertaining. Look, anytime the animals were on screen doing stuff, it was like super surreal and fun and entertaining to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime it was the Kevin James plot of him being a zookeeper and wanting to win back his ex-girlfriend, but he should have actually been trying to win over the girl that he worked with who wasn't his ex-girlfriend.
That he has to chase to the airport at the end of the film.
It just I was so
It's so
I was
lame.
so bored. Like
Yeah.
I was so I just like disassociated whenever like peak of the movie is when he breaks the gorilla out of the zoo and they
Yes.
go to TGI Fridays together. That's a really good scene.
Yeah,
That's really funny.
I thought that was fun.
And then the rest, there's like 50 more minutes of the movie after that.
Right.
Like I was ready.
You thought the movie was over.
Yeah,
at this
I thought we
wedding
were in the
scene.
last scene of the movie because basically the first scene of the movie is like an engagement party for Kevin James's brother, and I was like, oh, so the end of the movie is the wedding. Like the whole time they're talking about the wedding is being built up as this like climactic location, and then they're at the wedding, and I'm like, oh, we're almost done, and Max is like, no, we're about to end the second act, and I was like, no,
Because the characters hadn't gotten mad at each other yet.
I understand, but I
It's
just thought it
every
was a
movie.
poorly written, like, it was so poorly written, it didn't even follow the structure rules. I was
Right,
just like,
right.
oh, we're almost done. And then, like, I thought maybe 10 minutes after the wedding scene, stuff would happen. And then I checked the time, and there was 45 minutes left in the movie.
Joe Rogan's in this film.
Oh, Joe Rogan. Oh, Joe Rogan. What a man. He literally plays himself. That's what's, or like,
He
I
plays
don't-
himself now. I don't know how much he was like that.
because he was a stand-up comic, right?
He was
before?
stand up and he did the UFC stuff.
Yeah, and
Right.
and he was like but he plays like a frat bro who thinks he's very intelligent, and that's Joe Rogan.
It's incredibly ironic
yeah.
what he's gotten to today.
It was like, is he playing a character or
He plays Kevin James's ex's ex as well. He
Yeah.
was also an ex. Yeah.
But she goes
They were
back.
both trying
she
to win the same
chooses
girl.
Joe Rogan
Yeah.
over Kevin James at first.
I just want to say, I loved seeing Joe Rogan and Kevin James like butting heads in a film together.
I think
That I never
was
thought I
good.
would see. I never thought I would live to see that.
I think it's because Joe Rogan has become such a presence now as like almost more of a
Right.
political figure. Like I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of what he does gets politicized.
Sure.
So it's like when Donald Trump appears in Home Alone 2, you're like, this person is not a movie star now. They're something else entirely.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Joe Rogan is basically famous for having bad opinions now and like just kind of being a toxic presence on the internet.
A little bit. He said some really interesting things in his days.
Like, don't wear masks if you're an alpha male.
'Cause it's not manly. I mean, in
Real-
this film,
real
he talks
great-
about being an alpha male.
Yeah, no, he's obsessed with being an alpha male in this
Yeah.
movie. That's why it's like, oh, this is you're you.
Oh, actually, Jeremy, did you take your horse dewormer today?
I don't have COVID. I don't need that.
Oh,
We
okay.
can't
Just
say
checking.
this. This is too political.
The horse dewormer? Don't take horse dewormer, people. That's not political?
It is,
We should
though.
not be at a point where this is political.
But we are, is the thing.
Well, I refuse.
Okay. Max is taking a stand
I'm
right
taking a
here.
stance
Ask
against
us to
humans
edit
taking
this sentence out. He won't do it.
I will do it. No. If Sphere Live, hey, if you email us and you say please take out the horse dewormer comments, I will. I promise.
Wow, you're not an alpha male. You bend.
Nah, I'm no Joe Rogan.
No, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, like, he made this deal with Spotify to be exclusive to their platform, and then he had to remove a bunch of his old episodes, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll do it for like $200 million." Like, he doesn't even believe what he believes. You know what I'm saying? He believes whatever's most convenient for. I really don't like Joe Rogan.
No, Joe Rogan's he's kind of insufferable. He's
He-
not
'cause he
even a
doesn't-
good interviewer. That's
No,
the
he's
thing.
not a good
Yeah.
interviewer. He believes whatever is convenient for him to believe in the moment.
Yeah,
and
but then he'll say stuff like, "Oh, well, don't believe me. I'm not a real source," and it's
Yeah,
like,
but
okay,
you
but
can't-
why are you?
he creates this space where he's a faux intellectual for gym bros, and
Right,
then
right.
like that's I don't know.
The
So
chads
it's
of the
hard
world.
for me
Listen
to be like,
the Joe Rogan experience and us, the intellectuals.
but he's not. That's the. But he's not a Chad. Is
No,
the thing.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
he's kind of an alpha male. That's why they cast him in this film, you know?
I see every time I
The
saw him on screen.
stereotypical.
Every time I saw him on screen, I thought it was so funny that this woman, who's like essentially like she looks like a supermodel because this is a Happy Madison movie.
Right.
She's torn between Joe Rogan and Kevin James. I was like, these are your two best options.
Yeah.
Like, and she also had a problem with Kevin James working at a zoo. She kept like pushing him to work at a car dealership instead. How does that make any like what? He's not like a janitor at the zoo, which I am not saying that janitors or custodial staff are worthy of less respect. I'm just saying stereotypically in a movie, you could have a character who's like, I want more for you than just being a custodian, right? But he's not that. He's like, he runs the zoo. He is the head zookeeper. So why is that a negative thing?
Well, the girl was in the wrong.
Yeah.
And
but, like,
she gets proven
it's not
that's the
even-
point of the movie, though.
I understand, but it's not even like a reasonable. I guess it is a kids movie. See, the thing is, I keep
Well,
looking
it's
at
not
it.
even it's like a.
That's what I'm saying.
The
It's-
animal stuff is for the kids, and
but it
the
was
love plot is
marketed-
for the adults.
It was marketed and sold as a kids movie.
Really?
But
Okay.
it doesn't seem like it. Like it doesn't feel like a kids movie at any point, because I don't think kids would be into most of it.
Right.
I think the talking animals is the only thing the kids would care about, and even the talking animals are kind of like weird and make more adult jokes and have adult dynamics than kid ones. Like I'm not trying to undermine the intelligence of kids. They'll understand what's going on. I just don't think it's very interesting,
Yeah.
even for a kid. It wasn't interesting
I
for
agree.
me.
No. If I was a kid watching this, I'd be bored. Which maybe I was.
Yeah, 'cause
if
you-
I maybe
you
did
forgot
see
about
this.
it. Yeah, so basically it's exactly what you would imagine from all the movies we reviewed so far in terms of the romance plot. And then every like 20 minutes or so, he talks to some animals and like a funny bit
The
will
animals
happen.
just try to help him get with the girl.
Yeah,
And there's a gorilla that is sad, and then Kevin James.
makes him
They're
not sad.
friends.
I found it interesting that there was nothing about the animals being like, we don't like being in cages. And instead, the most that we got close to that was the gorilla was abused by Donnie Wahlberg. And he was like, I don't like being abused. And it's like, okay, yeah, of course
Right.
not. But like, how do you feel about living and being bred in captivity? And there was never any commentary on that because it undermines the.
Well, I
the
figure that's
role of the
why
movie.
you introduced the idea to me that not the idea, the fact that PETA protested this at the premiere.
Oh, yeah, PETA was
there
at
were
the
protests
premiere.
at the Zookeeper
But
community.
PETA, we're getting into a lot of things, but I don't take PETA very seriously as an activist
I think they've made
organization.
some decisions. They make a lot of decisions just to get press.
I mean,
is what it is. They know what they're doing.
I think they're in the business of harassment over preservation, and oftentimes when they save animals, they save them and then they kill them.
Yeah, they euthanize a lot.
So I'm not super pro PETA.
Oh, Peter.
But it's interesting that they were at the premiere. I didn't really look into why. I just know they were there.
It's probably because they don't like zoos or something like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. I don't think it was like a deep reason. I think
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just it's a movie about zoos.
Well, this is
and
a
they were
very
like,
pro-zoo concept. I feel
I feel like we bought
a few
a zoo
hundred
would be
years
more-
in the future, zoos are gonna be like freak shows where it's gonna be like people really did that. Like they just had the elephants like locked in a tiny room for
Really?
pure
I feel
enjoyment.
like zoos have been around a long, long time.
Yeah, but so freak shows.
Yeah, but like,
But you can't do
I'm
that
talking about
no
like
more.
in ancient Rome, there were zoos.
There were freak shows in ancient Rome, though.
I've never seen that.
No,
No.
I'm sure there was.
I went to a zoo in ancient Rome, but I never went to a freak show.
Yeah. No, I think zoos are a very outdated concept already.
I
People
do
realize
agree.
how-
I think generally they don't really make sense. You know what I'm pro?
What?
Aquariums. But not for like dolphins or whales, just like fish.
But the fish are
small
probably
fish.
sad too
Why would they be sad?
because they're not in the wild.
fish don't have brains. They don't remember anything.
They're conscious.
Goldfish, every 5 seconds, they'd be like, I'm in a whole new place.
How do we know this though?
Because goldfish isn't that the whole thing with goldfish? They have no memory?
yeah, but like,
You ever seen Finding Dory?
who said? How do we know that?
Pixar said it.
They're living. They're breathing. They're
We're
having an
off
experience.
track again.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh no, we're talking about zoos and
Oh, yeah.
aquariums. Jeremy pro aquarium.
I mean, I like them.
Well,
Like, I like going to them. I like fish.
500 years in the future, people are
Oh,
gonna
this
really
is gonna
look
be.
down on
I
this
bet in
opinion.
15 years I get canceled for this take. I mean, like maybe I'm wrong. You know,
No,
I'm
it's-
willing to grow and change from this opinion, but as it stands right now, I enjoy going to aquariums.
I love aquariums.
I'm not
yeah.
saying morally they are like the best.
No,
and
I
like
agree.
I said, I hate dolphins and whales in aquariums or like bigger.
What do you have
animals.
against dolphins?
I like dolphins. I don't think dolphins should be in captivity because they're almost as smart as humans.
Right.
So I think dolphins should not be.
But why are you ranking species by their intellectual abilities?
Because what else am I supposed to rank them based on?
You're not supposed to rank them.
But
That's how bad stuff happens.
Okay,
is when you
but-
start ranking species.
I'm not saying. But like, all right, you know, I'm gonna
Anyways,
get off this take.
Anyways,
Uh,
Joe Rogan, great performance in this film.
yeah, I love Joe Rogan.
Joe- I
His
love
podcast
Joe Rogan.
is so great.
Yeah.
Get us on there, Joe. Do you want to do trivia?
Yeah. Okay. So
Then we can talk about other stuff we watched or
yes.
whatever.
So Molly the giraffe, the giraffe in this film,
Yep.
was played by Tweet the giraffe, which was the Toys R Us giraffe. Interestingly,
I thought the Toys R Us giraffe was a plushie.
I thought it was a character too, but I guess they used him in commercials or something.
Okay.
Anyways, the giraffe died on set at this movie. But they luckily filmed all their
No.
scenes before the giraffe died.
Bro, no wonder PETA was at the premiere. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah. It says here Kevin James wanted to be in this movie because he had a crush on all of his female co-stars.
That can't be.
There's
he
no
must have-
source for this.
He
This
must
is just
have
on
jokingly
IMDb.
said that in an interview or something because his wife's in the movie.
Yeah.
Maybe he said I had a crush on my female co-star and he was referring to his wife and it was a joke.
Probably.
I cannot believe he
That's
said
a very
that.
just unspecific comment.
Yeah, I don't. If he did say that like for real and he meant it, that's really gross.
Yeah. Okay, look, this is the most interesting piece of trivia.
Okay, hit me with it.
So, you know the gorilla,
The
right?
gorilla.
So we thought it was a suit, right?
Yeah.
That was a real gorilla in every scene.
They took a real gorilla to
That was a
TGI
real
Fridays?
gorilla.
Yo, I'm not okay.
No,
I
I'm
don't.
completely lying.
You're
It's
the
not real-
worst.
The
You're
gorilla
worst
was not
person.
playing a guitar at TGI
I'm
Fridays.
so excited. I can't believe I fell for that.
I'm sorry.
I was so happy. You made me believe in a more magical world for like 2 seconds, and then you ripped it away.
I just tend to do that.
Oh, this is really, actually, genuinely upsetting.
I'm sorry.
I was really
I
excited.
thought of that during the TGI Fridays scene. I was like, I want to tell Jeremy that this was a real gorilla.
I think it's because I said during the scene, I was like, "You don't think
That was it. You were like, how did they do this?
I set myself up. Oh no, that's really genuinely upsetting. Oh, okay.
I wish it
well,
was a real gorilla. I don't think
I
they
do
used
too.
a real gorilla once in this film.
Damn.
a
I mean,
dude in a
gorillas are
suit.
dangerous, so I get it.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, what a movie.
What else? What else is going on?
I don't know.
Oh, Sandler scale, 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10 on the Sandler scale.
Yeah.
I'd say this is pretty high up on the Sandler scale for me.
You're a
7,
fool.
7 or 8,
7?
7 or 8 on the Sandler scale.
8?
7. Dude, we got Kevin James. We got Adam Sandler in there.
I'm letting you know. Shakes
John-
the Clown.
John-
Shakes the Clown was an 8 from you.
Shakes the Crown was an 8.
Yeah.
I move it up to a 9. Right now, honest to
I
God.
genuinely cannot believe what I'm hearing.
Wait, no, that was on the Sandler scale though. That only had like 10 seconds of Sandler in it.
Okay, well,
So that
okay.
is an 8, but that was like a 10 out of 10 film.
Okay, so this is
film.
a 7 or an 8. I'll give it a 6.
Yeah, with the tropes
I'll
that,
give it a
that
6.
are
I'll give it a
happening in the
6.
Sandler universe, it falls so in line that the TGI Friday gorilla scene, that's exactly what I want to see when I pop in an Adam Sandler DVD.
It's a 6. On the
I respect
Jeremy
that. I
Sandler
respect that.
scale.
Absolutely.
What about as a movie?
as a movie? Yeah, like 2.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's rough.
I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the first weeks where I've been on my phone for like the majority of a movie we
Yeah.
watched. Like more the back half than the front half. I really
Right.
could not pay attention during
I I just really love that Joe Rogan was in this. I couldn't believe that because he doesn't look like he does now, but he sounds exactly the same.
I think I hate Joe Rogan more viscerally than you do because I don't like seeing him.
I do hate him. It's just it's like seeing again Donald Trump in the Home Alone movie. It's just ridiculous that it's real.
Yeah.
Seeing Joe Rogan and Kevin James have a fight on bikes down a lane of traffic
In San Francisco.
Yeah.
For me, the more fun, like, surreal moments was the gorilla and the TGI Fridays.
that was also really good though.
How did they do that prosthetics? Like, because
I think it was just the mouth might have been CGI.
It looked so much better than like Planet of the Apes, which came out in the 60s. But Planet of the Apes, which came out 2011, the same year, or 2012, which was Rise of the Dawn.
Dawn
Rise,
of the
no,
Planet?
it was Dawn. It was Rise.
Oh.
They all sound the same.
Yeah.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes, starring James Franco, which came out in 2011. They did CGI monkeys.
Right.
But if they had this technology, this gorilla technology.
But see, this was gorilla technology. The monkey technology wasn't there. At
There's
this point.
gorillas in Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Really?
Have you seen the new Planet of the
No,
Apes?
no,
trilogy?
no.
It's really
the
good.
CGI monkeys. That doesn't sound awesome to me. You know?
No, because it's like it's Andy Serkis and it's like Weta Digital.
Andy's got a circus.
You're funny.
That is the worst joke I've
I
ever
think
made.
that's the worst. I think you just made the worst joke in the podcast history.
Well,
Congrats.
yeah. I guess.
What
Okay.
a note to end our finale on. The worst joke we've ever made.
Wow.
No, they're really good. You should genuinely. I might make you watch them.
The Planet. Yeah. I don't know if I want to.
They're really good.
I
Though.
hear they're
And
fun-
monkeys.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
monkeys.
I love like chimps and monkeys. Any movie
I
with
think
them.
that'll probably happen. You think the monkeys are gonna like?
Dude,
evolve and
didn't you say
take over?
MIT gives us like 30 years? Wait, oh, it's 2020.
It was
20 years?
Yeah. MIT said 2040 was gonna be societal collapse. That was a recent study they published.
This is a great episode. This is really good. This is really good content.
We're going all over. But that's exactly how I want this podcast to be. You know.
Like a live recording of the monkey overlords taking over? What do you mean?
Yeah, that would be great. Next season, you just hear like our window smash open and a bunch of chimps run in.
Let's create what we think will happen next season.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Sandler File.
Well, is there somebody at the door? Do you hear
I
that?
hear there's loud noises.
What's happening on the street out there?
Oh my god!
What is that? What is that?
There's fire!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And that's probably how it's gonna go down.
Yeah, probably just like that.
Anyways, do you have any more trivia?
No.
Oh, cool.
Do you have any trivia, Jeremy?
Didn't you say his wife is in it? Did you already say that?
Yeah, I didn't say that on the podcast because
okay.
his wife makes a cameo, and Adam Sandler's wife.
Adam
makes a
Sandler's
cameo.
wife's also in it.
Adam Sandler's wife is in a lot of like the other Happy
She's
Madison
in basically
movies.
every Happy Madison movie.
Yeah.
Even if Adam Sandler himself really isn't there.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is, I guess, a fun final note. Just Go With It, which we haven't reviewed on this podcast,
Oh.
has a very similar premise to a section of this movie, and both are Happy Madison movies, and they came out the same year, and I thought that was interesting.
That's cool.
All right.
They make the same movie every time with minor differences. It's
Yeah.
the same movie.
Oh, I wanted to talk real quick before I spin the wheel about
yeah.
what is with the schlubby protagonist to supermodel wife pipeline in these films. And like we've obviously
That's
talked
the Happy
about
Madison,
it.
yeah.
We've talked about it before, but I'm beginning to believe they think it's okay because in their mind, they're the schlubby dude. So every woman is out of their league. So you might as well just make it like one who's ridiculously out of their league. Like maybe it speaks to
guess so,
maybe
but
it speaks
also
to
they
how
put
Adam
down
Sandler
people's
sees
looks in these
himself
movies a
and his
lot.
own wife.
Yeah.
They normally put down their own looks.
But they'll have like an ugly character that's played for the laugh, like Crazy-Eyed Steve in Mr. Deeds.
You know what? You're right. Okay, never mind. I was trying to psychoanalyze, but I
No.
think I'm wrong.
I think you're right,
Oh,
but I think it's even more vicious than that.
okay.
In
I mean,
some
they grew
sense.
up in like the 70s or 80s, so it was a vicious time,
Right.
especially to be
Lots
like
of there was
different.
yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna spin the wheel.
For the next
I'm
season.
gonna spin it. Yeah, you guys will see this next year, potentially, if societal collapse doesn't get sped
Yeah, if
up.
the monkeys don't rip our house.
Can
off.
we watch Planet of the Apes over the Christmas break, please?
I don't like really.
Episode
wanting-
1 next semester. Look forward to our reviews of the Planet of the Apes trilogy and maybe the
don't
original
promise
films.
that. Don't
I've
promise
promised
them
it.
that.
It's locked in, and if we don't do it,
I will.
I
Okay,
will
look,
dox
look.
us, and you can come burn our house down.
I will only do it if you're gonna abuse this. You're gonna abuse this. I will only do this if 3 different people add us on Twitter at the Sandler Files and say, "Watch monkey movie." Period. All lowercase.
I
Watch
can make
monkey
that
movie.
happen.
Period.
I can make that happen.
At Sandler Files. Watch monkey movie,
All right, if that happens,
and we'll retweet them.
that happens, what we haven't used the Twitter all year.
No.
Okay, if
But
that happens,
you'll get a lot of clout if you do that, because
we'll
we're
give
making
you a
numbers.
crisp high five if you also. I will if you do that.
You're gonna have to meet up with these people.
I mean, who's listening?
Oh, you never know.
Okay, I'm spinning the wheel.
Okay. Why are you hiding it from me?
I like to. No way! No
wow.
way!
Oh, that's awesome.
This is okay. Wait, I need to talk about. Today has been a magical day for
Yes,
me.
right.
So much has happened.
We have like 4 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna rush
We got
through
time.
this.
We got time.
So I initially thought we're recording at my house right now. I thought because we're not in the city, we're both home for dentist appointments.
Yes.
And we're recording at my house. I thought we were recording at Max's house, so I drove to his house, and then Max was like, "I'm coming out," and I was like, "Oh," and then I just drove him back to my
Right.
place. But on the way to Max's house, I had my Bluetooth connected to the aux, and then I ran out of songs on the playlist I was listening to, and because I'm a good driver, I didn't look at my phone to queue up new songs. I just switched to radio because I didn't want to be distracted. And I am not kidding. When I switched to the radio, it was the very beginning of the Hanukkah song by Adam
It's the
Sandler.
Hanukkah song.
You pronounce it Hanukkah, dude.
Really?
He sings Hanukkah in the song.
No, but that's not the title though.
It's another spelling of Hanukkah, my
Really?
friend.
I didn't
Yeah,
know. I'm not Jewish. I'm
the,
sorry.
The H, just the H version is like a I don't want to say whitewashed, but like anglicized kind of.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see. Oh,
So-
okay.
It was the Hanukkah song, and I was like, I'm recording this. It was very exciting. I got very in the holiday spirit. And the reason we reacted to the movie now, it's not Eight Crazy Nights. It's not a Hanukkah movie. but
Bulletproof.
It's bulletproof, and it's because
Sorry, were you holding off that reveal?
I wanted
sorry.
to talk about how we just like halfway through the movie, I showed Max Bulletproof on Rotten Tomatoes, and I was like, do we have this in the wheel? Because we should watch this, because this sounds really good.
Yeah.
And then it came up. This is like when we talked about Shakes the Clown, and then Shakes the Clown was on the wheel that week.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel very in connection with the universe today.
Yeah.
And I have an essay to write, so I think that's a good place to be.
Yes.
Anyways, that's it, I guess, for this season.
Yeah, I guess so. We had a good run.
Yeah, I think this season was pretty good. We got a lot of Sandler in, which was good. I think
Yeah.
almost every movie he was actually in.
Yeah,
Right?
true. Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty solid compared to what we were doing last year when we had like a 3
The
week
drought.
run where it was no Sandler. So
There's a lot of Nick Swarsden. At least we don't have to watch Grandma's Boy ever again.
I'm probably gonna watch Grandma's Boy again. That's a good movie. If you haven't listened to our Grandma's Boy podcast episode, go
Good
do it.
movie.
It really represents the gamer experience. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to this season of the Sandler Files. I think that's a wrap. on
Goodbye,
us.
goodbye,
Yeah,
goodbye,
have a good
ladies and
night.
gentlemen. We love you. We love you. We love you.
That's weird.
What?
That's creepy.
Sorry,
You should
parasocial
cut that.
relationship.
You should cut that in the edit.
Why?
I don't know. It just
I'm
made
just
me
giving
uncomfortable.
thanks to our listeners.
You didn't give thanks. You forced an emotion onto them that they didn't necessarily
well,
want.
I didn't make them have an emotion. I'm just projecting.
Yeah, but they don't feel anything for you outside of sheer entertainment value.
See,
So
that's
to
where you're
ask-
wrong. That's where you're wrong. This is where society's going.
Anyways, we'll see you next year. See you after the collapse.